What's up, everybody? Cannon Hotep back at it again with another one. What's up, Justine? Hope you're having a good new year. Good start to your new year. Season 4 of America, boy. I tell you, it just keep getting better and better. Season 4 of America just keep getting better and better, guys. Oh, my goodness gracious. 2 terrorist attacks, wildfires happening in California that look like they might not stop. They like some end of days biblical shit. I mean, Trump, Trump they about to sentence Trump in this hush money trial today. They about to sentence Trump in the hush money trial today. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. What's next? What's next? Somebody gonna try to take a shot at him on the fucking steps of the fucking courthouse like Nino Brown? Or is it virtually? That's right. I think they said it's virtually. You know what I mean? It's just so much shit going on. So much trouble in the LBC. Damn. Try to get this chapstick or this Carmex unfrozen. I left it in the car. This shit froze the fuck up. Trying to put it on the heat. Anyway. So like I said in the caption or in the title, Alvin Bragg is a whore. Alvin Bragg is a whore. Judge Mershon is a whore. Like the fact that they still pursuing the charges and sentencing on this BS hush money case is wild to me. This shit is wild to me. You know what I mean? There we go. Hold up. All right, we back. All right, we back. Boy, it's such a loose term. I had to send out the notification that I'm live now. YouTube doing some bullshit. I don't know what's going on with their fucking app. All right. So not only did they screw up my show last night, right? I went live last night. We had a nice stream. I had Cash's Cam. He came on. Damn it. Cash's Cam came on and hold on real quick. I'm doing too much right now. There we go. There we go. All right. Cash's Cam came on and he gave us his expertise on forest fires and how they fought and the where the malfeasance and misfeasance is when it comes to California government, specifically Gavin Newsom and the mayor. What's her name? Forgot her name. Karen, whatever the fuck her last name is. Karen something. Fantastic show, right? You can catch it on Kick and Rumble and the next. YouTube, I go live on YouTube, right? I know I hit the live button because I can't go live on the other platforms through OBS without hitting live on YouTube first. Guess what YouTube didn't do? YouTube did not start until after, I think, like 10 minutes into the show. 10 minutes into the show. 10 minutes into the show. So when you go on YouTube and watch it, we already into it. And I'm just sitting there pissed. Like, hey, yo, come on. Y'all just keep. Now on here, not only will they not let me geolocate or whatever you call it, the minute I set up the stream, this shit just immediately go live. It immediately goes live. And I'm like, yo, you're not supposed to immediately go live. You're supposed to let me put my thumbnail up. You're supposed to let me do whatever I got to do. No, it just started live. Like 3, 2, 1, you're live. That's some bullshit, YouTube. What's this? I could put whatever, fuck that. So YouTube on that bullshit, y'all. They on that bullshit. I'm on somebody list over there. I done been suspended one too many times, so they starting to fuck with me. That's what I think it is. But anyway, I digress. They're pursuing this sentencing today. I think it's supposed to happen at. I think it's supposed to happen at like in like 5 fucking minutes, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I don't know. I mean, he's the incoming president of the United States. What the fuck you gonna do? Put like a house arrest bracelet on? Like, what you gonna do? How you gonna sentence Trump? That's the question, right? Is like what he like he now he says he's going to appeal this ruling, which he should appeal the ruling. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure once his term is up, they're not going to give a fuck anymore about the quote unquote hush money trial. They'll just let that shit go by the wayside. He'll win in appeals. Let's sweep this shit under the rug. This shit was all for appearances. This shit was all for optics. This shit was all to win an election. This shit was all by the Democrats. It was all to win an election, paint Trump in a bad light, label him a convicted felon. You know what I mean? And all that other shit. Because you know why? Politics, man, all this shit is just theater. All the world's a stage, but politics is just theater. It's WWE. All right, you've heard me say that before. You've heard HJ say that before. You know, that's what it is. All right? That's what it is. You know what I mean? So, we're gonna see how this shit play out because I'm interested to see how the fuck they sentence him. Like, are you what are you gonna do? Like, he's the president for the next 4 years. He's gonna be surrounded by Secret Service. He can't do shit. He can't take a shit without Secret Service standing outside the goddamn door. So, like, what is he like? Where the fuck is he going? You know, where the fuck is he going? Do I think Trump care about us? I don't know. I don't think. I don't. This is how I feel. Whether Trump cares about us or not is remaining to be seen. But if I can make some money and I can come up and I can profit and prosper, you know, as residuals to whatever the fuck he's doing for himself, I guess you would say, for lack of a better term, then I'm cool with that. All right? Do my boss at work give a shit about me? Probably not. He don't know who I am. But am I profiting off of his success? Yes. You know what I mean? So, like, as long as I can profit off of the success of whatever the fuck he's doing, I'm cool with that. I don't need him to care about me. I just need him to fucking turn some shit around so we can get this bread. That's it. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about that. But I will call a spade, and I will call fuckery where I see it. And this whole hush money trial, this shit is complete fuckery. That's what it is. It's complete fuckery. You know, this shit was just, you know, trumped up charges, you know, pun intended, trumped up charges. That's all it is. And you about to send this man to jail for some shit that Clinton did, shit that Obama did, shit that Bush Jr. and Sr. did, Reagan, Carter, all these motherfuckers have had campaign finance, right? Hillary fucking used campaign finance funds to fucking to start the Russia collusion shit. Ain't shit happened to her. They let her pick the company that investigated her, some third party, not the FBI, that allowed her to bleach bid all her shit. You know what I mean? But see, Trump on the wrong side of everything. So they're gonna go after his neck. So I'm interested to see what this sentence is. Like, are you gonna be like, all right, well, starting January 20th, 2028 or 29 or whatever the fuck is, you will be sentenced to life in prison. Right? I mean, shit, 5 years in prison at that point might be life for Trump. I don't fucking know. You know, we're going to put this house arrest bracelet. Our president has a house arrest bracelet on. Like, it's stupid. It's dumb. Now it's trivial. That's the funny part because they don't know how to let shit go. They don't know how to just take their L. They got to keep pushing that shit. He's the fucking president now. You can't do shit about it. Even as a felon, that nigga could be in a jail cell still running the fucking White House. So you might as well just chill out. You fucking lost. Your plan and your plot's lost. Straight up. You know what I mean? Like, people don't give a fuck that much anymore when it comes to people don't give a fuck that much anymore, but when it comes to that dumbass hush money shit, or these are convicted fellas. Only rubes feel like fucking still put stock in that dumb shit. You really voting for a convicted felon? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. You sound stupid. You sound stupid. I got friends that are convicted felons who are good people, you know. So now what you're doing, alienating all convicted felons and that they can't do anything great because they're convicted felons? Like, that's what it sounds like to me, you know. But Alvin Bragg a whore, and you know why he's a whore? It's not the fact that he's pursuing this shit. I mean, part of it is that it's the fact that he's a lackey. He's a lackey doing the bidding of whoever's fucking pulling his strings and got they hands up his ass, working his mouth like a puppet. As simple as that. You know what I mean? As simple as that. So I'm interested to see what this ruling or this sentencing is going to be. You know what I mean? Like, I'm interested to see. And I'm sure Trump will win this shit on appeal. It'll quietly go away because he's the fucking president. They didn't really intend on putting him in jail. They just wanted the optics of making him a felon, hoping that people will fall away from him, fall away from the movement, and then, you know, they could fucking install whoever they wanted to do their mouthpiece, their puppet. You know what I mean? Now, like I said, I don't know how this term's going to go. I don't. I'm optimistic that this term is going to work out in our favor financially. That's all I give a fuck about, right? Financial freedom. If Trump, if he follows through on his national reciprocity thing, I'll be happy about that, right? And if he follows through on the no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, I'll be happy with that. To me, that's a fucking win. That's a win, right? That's a fucking win in my opinion. He don't try to regulate gig jobs. You know what I mean? He don't try to regulate gig jobs. You know what I mean? Like, for example, right? I've been dabbling in a little DoorDash here and there, right? Like, I started just doing it for the holidays. Like, I don't feel like touching my check. Now, look, Cannon Hotel ain't in no dire straits or nothing like that. All right? I ain't in no dire straits. Me and my wife make really, really good fucking money. But you can always have more money, right? And I was like, you know what? We going out Deep Creek. That shit gonna cost $1,500. We got gifts and shit like that. It's gonna cost a bunch of money. You know what? I need to supplement this shit. Let me try this shit. Why not, nigga? I made $3,000 extra in a month. I was like, God damn. So I started looking up other little gig jobs, right? Just to do. I got trucks and fucking shit like that right now. The boat shit is slow because it's fucking wintertime. So the boat shit is pretty slow right now. That shit'll pick up in the spring. We'll start picking up boats and taking down flyers and stuff, and I'll make that extra bread. But I'm like, fuck it. I got vans and fucking state body trucks, and I'm like, how am I use these shits? You know what I mean? I started looking up other little gig things. I'm about to start doing that on the side. It's fucking fun. It's fucking fun. I'm like, hey, yo. All right. Like, case in point, one of my family, they're like, why you doing that? You get everything okay? I'm like, yeah, nigga, everything's fine. It's like, I just wanted to see if I could make some extra holiday money without digging into, like, you know, the main jobs check, right? And sure enough, I was like, damn. I'm just dropping niggas pizzas and shit off to them real quick. And that shit, I fucking came up. So now they got one called dispatch. I might take the fucking cargo van and do dispatch just to do it. Like, you know what I mean? And it's also helping me get to the goal of, like I said, guys, start small. It's helping me get to the goal of my little lawn service that money that I'm saving up from doing these little gig jobs, or the money that I'm saving by not touching my motherfucking payroll check, can go toward the lawnmowers and shit that I need. You know what I mean? So straight up, like, why not? You know what I mean? I got a little app that fucking tracks my mileage, so I can write that shit off. Put my fucking gas receipts, I can write that shit off. You know what I mean? So you gotta get this bread, and I think that under Trump's economy, when it comes in, I'm optimistic that that shit is gonna fucking take off exponentially. You know what I mean? I think that shit gonna take off exponentially. You know what I mean? One of my homeboys about to come home soon. You feel me? I was talking to him last night. Yo, hollered at me from out Hagerstown for real. He about to come home, and he talking about he trying to get a gig. You know, when he get home, because he want to hit the ground running. He got daughters and shit, and I'm like, yo, he got a car and shit waiting for him and all that other shit. I'm like, yo, jump on these gigs, yo. Jump on this little gig economy shit, yo. That shit'll give you a little come up real quick until you, because like he certified HVAC. I'm like, yo, you could just do that shit, right? If you certified HVAC, yo, because he got certified before he went in. But I'm like, if you're certified HVAC, get that money doing that shit, yo, and then like go work for a company, get your money on the HVAC tip. I said it's hella bread, especially in the summertime with that shit. And I said, get on this gig economy shit, my nigga. You know what I mean? Get that bread for you and your daughters. He got 4 daughters, yo. I think one about to go to college. He been in for a minute. You know what I mean? But hey, you got to get it how you can get it, right? We talk all the time on this channel about these kids out here. They don't want to do this shit. They don't want to do these jobs because they ain't sexy, right? I was when I was at work, I was dealing with some printers, like, because like I'm a systems administrator, but at the same time, they know I can fix hardware, so they'll have me fix hardware, like the printers and shit, because they don't know what the fuck they doing, so they give it to me, right? So one of the girls that was in like the work for the security company was in the booth. She was like, "Yo," she was like, how you get your job?" I was like, "I went to school. I went to school for it." And she was like, damn. She's like, you gotta go to school? I was like, no, you don't. I said, I just wasn't disciplined enough to read the books and get the certs. So I went to school. I said, but you can read the books and get the certs. You know what I mean? And you can jump into IT. I said, you gotta learn a trade. And I told her, I said, fuck. And I said, even if you don't do that, just find a trade. I said, just because you're a woman don't mean you can't go into the electrical union, or you can't go into the HVAC union, or you can't go to the plumbers or the carpenters union. They pay you to come to school, and they pay you to go work. I was like, go jump in and do them trades. After 5 years, you get in the bag, and you got a trade to do some shit on the side. A nigga need a ceiling fan hung? Yeah, I need 150 on that. I'll hang that for $150. It takes no time to hang a fucking ceiling fan. The most time consuming part of hanging a ceiling fan is assembling the fucking ceiling fan. But when putting it in the fucking ceiling, it takes about 5-10 minutes, if that. You know what I mean? Or you need an outlet. You need an extra outlet. All right, I got you. Like, these kids don't want to do these jobs. They want that fast money. They want that glorious money, right? They want that high profile, like, yeah. When somebody asks what they do for a living, they can be like, yeah, I do this. I'm a content creator. You know what I mean? They don't be like, yeah, I'm an electrician. Hey, nigga, electricians get broke off. Every now and again, I'll get, somebody say, yo, can you do it? Because I used to be an apprentice. Like, can you hang a ceiling fan for me, or can you do this? You know what I mean? You know, like, why not? Why not? You know what I mean? There's good money in it. It's good bread in it. It's good bread in it. So, like I said, I think under Donnie T, the shit gonna start booming. I'm trying to take advantage of that shit. Right? I'm in the process of getting this LLC fucking done. I need a good LLC name. Somebody give me something in the chat. They pulling 170K where you at? Damn, they getting that bread. They getting that bread. I gotta figure out why this shit sound like that. You know what I mean? But like, I'm trying to capitalize on, you know, my life now. Like, for example, like I ain't got no student loans. I ain't got no car payments. Right? I just got the mortgage. We got a couple little dumb like little credit card bills and shit. You know, the wife. But like, uh, there's nothing crazy. Like we good. The most expensive shit is the fucking kids. Everything that they do. I told you my daughter costs about $2,000 by herself, and that's just her activities that she do for the month. That ain't feeding and clothing her ass. That's just fucking dance and some other shit that she do for her little activities. My son is probably the cheapest kid, but still, you know what I mean? So I'm like, fuck it. If I could do this, if I can be like, oh damn, like for example, I ain't trying to buy no car right now. So my wife water pump going up in her truck, right? I seen some antifreeze leaking on the ground. I was like, God damn it. I thought I got that fixed. So I called my man's up. He probably watching right now. I called my man Mark up, like, hey yo, I need you might need to replace this water pump for me. He gave me a price. I looked up the water pump. It's gonna cost me about $220, $230 to replace the water pump. So guess what? Little DoorDash money, guess what that just paid for the motherfucking water pump. And I ain't gotta dig into my check for the shit. You know what I mean? That check can just stay in the bank. So you gotta get these hustles out here, y'all. Y'all gotta get these hustles. That don't even include the shit that I still do for my father. I got some administrative shit I gotta do for him. He called me up last night about some administrative shit he need me to do. You know what I mean? Not to mention when the weather break, I'm gonna have to start taking these flobbers down off these boats. I may have to transport a boat back from who the fuck knows where. You know what I mean? And bring it back. And he pays me very fucking well to do that. You know? So I think, but I'll say all that to say I'm trying to capitalize on all this shit because I think under Trump the economy going to jump. This is the time to get your money. That's all I look at it as, right? And I tell people all the time, like you got people that can just be one issue voters, right? Me, if you don't touch my guns, you don't touch my money, and you don't touch my speech, I'm cool with you. That's it. Don't touch my guns, my money, my speech. I'm cool with you. I'm good with it. So I'm looking at it, and HJ said it too, and I've said it multiple times on the channel, like, I'm not looking at Trump to come save me. But I'm looking for him to make me, help me to get a little more comfortable. You know what I mean? Looking for him to come get me a little more comfortable. I'm not die hard, like, oh my God, he's coming to save America. He's gonna save America. I'm like, no, this nigga it's time to get this money now. He's gonna provide the pathway to get this money, but it's gonna be up to you to hustle for it. Right? Democrats just want to give shit away, and they don't really give. They give enough to make you happy, but not enough to make a difference. You know what I mean? Donnie T, in my opinion, he about to come out. He gonna make it so that it's enough to make a motherfucking difference. But you gotta hustle. You gotta hustle to get it. Right? You ain't gonna be able to sit on your ass and just be with your hands out. Please, sir, I like some more. Nah. You going to go out and get it. But the cool part is when you go out, I think with him is when you go out and get it, you be able to keep more of what you went out and got in your pocket. You know what I mean? Exactly, y'all. Pan-African already know. You know what I mean? That's what it is. You know, if he come through we going to use tariffs, even if he don't even do the tariff shit for taxes, and he just makes a flat 15 across the board, nigga, you know how many people's lives that'll change where it's just a flat 15 across the board on federal income tax? Bruh, y'all don't understand. He's gonna make it easier. Not easier. He's gonna make it a little more plentiful. Because there's money out here to be had, but the question is how much you get to keep in your pocket. And he gonna make it so that, in my opinion, that you keep a little more in your pocket, right? I would love to, once I get LOC and all that other stuff, I would love to keep, and love to not have to pay, I don't know what it is. What is like a business tax? Like, I'm trying to think of it. Is it 30% or 28%? I forgot what it is, but I would like for that shit to be lower. I would like for that shit to be fucking lower. You know what I mean? I open my business and he just like, yeah, you owe the government 15%. Fucking deal. Exactly, Justine. Ain't no person gonna make or break me. That's up to me to make or break me. But at the same time, if they can assist in my come up, why not? Let them do their thing. You know, let them do their thing. Like I said, I want to be able to live good, and kick my feet up and go on vacation when I want to, and not, have to worry about how much gas costs and how much fucking groceries is going to be. That's another reason why I can't wait for this nigga to get in office, because I'm tired of that shit. I'm tired of that shit. Groceries is astronomical. Fucking astronomical. You know what I mean? Gas is starting to go up right now. Right? Like I said, I'm headed right now. I think when we were streaming yesterday, I took my truck to BJ's, got gas at BJ's wholesale. I'm headed to work. I'm about to take this fucking car over to BJ's wholesale and put gas in it, because BJ's is $3.29. But even at the cheapest gas station, that's not like a club store like BJ's, it's like $3.85 right now, and that's up 40 cents. That's up 40 cents. I need that shit to fucking come down. All right, let's get back to that $2.30 a gallon. That would help out tremendously. You know, I want eggs to be 89 cents a fucking carton again, or $1 a carton again. That'd be fucking great. You know what I mean? I don't know if there's anything you do with the housing market. You know what I mean? Because if you start depreciating some of these houses or devaluing some of these houses, a lot of people are gonna be upside down in their mortgage. But new builds, new builds. It might be a little to bring that interest rate down to where the person can afford said house. Maybe those interest rates on houses go back down to 2.89% instead of, what is it at, 6.8 right now? You know what I mean? That's what we need, yo. That's what we need right there. We need a businessman to make that shit happen. I don't give a fuck about the puppies. I don't give a shit about saving the goddamn forest and fucking PETA and none of that shit. Look, I'm worried about me and mine. You know what I mean? I don't give a shit about the Ukraine. I don't give a shit about, like, stop sending money over that bitch. Hopefully he stopped that. I don't give a shit about, I don't give a shit about none of these wars. All right? Israel can fight their own war. Israel got all the technology they need to fucking wipe out their enemy. I just don't think we need to worry about that shit. We need to focus on America. We need to start focusing on other people. Start giving all these illegals all this fucking money. There ain't no reason why illegals should have $3,000 in fucking food stamps, and the average American citizen on fucking welfare or whatever is getting $200 a month in fucking food stamps. That's just crazy. That's just nuts. That's just fucking nuts. I don't want to go. I'm going right through this motherfucker. I started listening anyway. I wonder what's going on in this tunnel where they got that shit closed like that. Anyway. What's up, Chris B in the building? HJ's greatest ally is Israel. That's funny. going on, Brian? It's just but they trying to say everything. They're trying to throw a wrench in the gears. But he's already elected president, so I don't understand what it is that they're trying to accomplish by sentencing him. Are they trying to make it seem like this shit was a legit fucking trial? Because we already know that's bullshit. They put a gag order on, so he couldn't tell you what the fuck was going on in there. So he couldn't tell you that, hey, they won't let my fucking lawyers call witnesses, or they won't let my lawyers introduce this evidence. They won't let them do shit. Basically, Trump just had to sit there and deal with it. Guilty on 34 counts of the same fucking count. What? That shit is hilarious. And the funny part is, it's the same case that failed in D.C. because Cohen fucking perjured himself. Stormy Daniels said that it wasn't what everybody thought it was. They ran the same play in New York, and they just fucking stacked the deck. Wild. I tell you, boy. Like I said, season 4 of America, boy, is fucking off to the races. Season 4 of America is lit. I slammed just went across like 4 lanes of traffic. Cause like it's 2 tubes for the tunnel, and I needed to be in the far right tube, but that shit is closed. So I had to go through the other tube, and then like the exit is as soon as you get out of the tunnel, the exit right there. So I had to fucking cut across, but because the other tube was closed, you know, ain't no traffic coming that way that much. Yeah, they like stirring emotions. I agree. I do agree with that. They love stirring those emotions. They love stirring those emotions. That's what they do best. They want you all fucking up in arms. They want to try to start some bullshit. They want people to react. Don't react. Don't react. At the end of the day, whatever's in motion is in motion. Don't look for nobody to save you. You save yourself. Save yourself. If somebody's gonna help you, you know, or make it a little easier for you to save yourself, then you know you utilize those resources. You know what I mean? You utilize those resources, and that's what that's what the Hotep's planning to do. We're not putting our eggs in the Trump basket. We're not putting all our eggs in the Trump basket, because guess what? Regardless of who is in there and get this bread, but if the person that's in office can make it a little easier or help us to keep a little bit more of that money in our pocket, then you know we got to see how that work out. Let's see if I can turn it down. It's all the way up. They like to keep what? They like to keep me stressed, entertained, distracted, and in fear of everything. In government bureaucracy, no federal taxes, paid for by tariffs, free government transportation, U.S. oil reserves, nationalized land grants, civil liberties. I hear that, and you know what? And so I was talking to I was over one of my wife's cousin's house like a couple weeks ago, and one of our other cousins was in town over there, and we was talking, and he's like, "You voted for Trump?" I'm like, "Yeah." Why? I was like, "Because I need this economy to turn around." But he was bad for the economy. I said, "How is he bad for the economy? You gotta explain this to me." Well, the economy, he inherited Obama's economy. I'm like, no, he didn't. I said, I don't know why you guys keep going with that fucking, he inherited Obama's economy. He didn't inherit it. I said, even if you want to go with that argument that he inherited Obama's economy, he expounded on it exponentially. But like, I'm like, how did he inherit? Like for example, right? Trump had a booming economy. Even after the fucking base, the COVID base hit, the economy was still back on the upswing because of the shit that Donnie T did. The minute Joe Nichols get in office and start reversing policies and all this other shit fucking hit the fucking, shit went in the tank, right? The economy went in the tank. To me, in my opinion, the economy under Obama was not that great. It wasn't that great. It was average. Trump got in and started loosening up regulations and making it easier for people to start businesses. You know what I mean? Bringing back manufacturing jobs by threatening these companies with fucking tariffs if they fucking leave. You know what I mean? And they stayed here and they built here, and more warehouse jobs, more manufacturing jobs. That's what that equals. More fucking GDP, more gross domestic product. Right? $2.30 in gas. It wasn't because of fucking Iran and fucking Saudi Arabia getting gas from us, because we were energy independent. We were getting, we were fucking drilling here and producing our own. Like, how do you fucking call that a fucking? How do you call that a fail? How do you call that a fail? You can't call that a fail. That's the funny part to me. Like, how do you call that shit a fail? That's not a fail. You know what I mean? You want to argue some other facts that you might not like about them, but you can't. One thing I feel like you can't argue is the economy. Simple as that. It's not a fucking fail. Obama had pandemic protocols in place, and Trump reversed them. I'm like, what were those pandemic protocols? Like, what were those pandemic protocols? I need somebody to tell me what those pandemic protocols were. See, people like saying that shit, but they can never tell you what the pandemic protocols were. And nobody finds it ironic that the fact that the minute when he did that shit, what happened? We get one. We get one. And they want us to believe that shit was fucking coincidental. That's the funny part. They want us to believe that shit is coincidental. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, they must think we stupid. They must think we stupid. But some people are. Some people are. Some people are. Oh yeah. You think so? They setting up for that bird nonsense? It's a possibility. Ain't even a possibility. I think that's what they trying to get. They gonna try to get that shit out. They gonna try to get that shit off early. They gonna try to get that shit off real early. Yeah, you know what I mean? Like I said, like that shit then gained the function, didn't it? That shit then gained the function. First, it can't affect nobody but fucking birds. And then all of a sudden, oh, we got a guy that passed due to it. Kind of find out this nigga ain't even passed from that. He ain't even passed from that. Passed for some other shit. Now apparently they're gonna figure out how to make it affect us. It not only affect us, now it affects fucking cows. It affects cows. Like, how did that shit evolve that quick? Come on, guys. And nobody's gonna question it. Everybody's gonna be scared. I see people running around with masks on again. You got fucking states, blue states, trying to implement mask mandates again. They're slowly gonna try to fuck that frog, boy. They're gonna try to boil that frog. That shit is crazy. They just want total control over you and your livelihood and the way you do things. They want social credit to be paramount here in America. That's what they really want. The powers that be, that's what they want. I mean, social credit is already here, right? It's here. It's here in a lot of aspects. We've seen it happen. Like case in point, we've seen it happen with Alex Jones. Alex Jones is the perfect example of social credit ruining your life. He is the perfect example of that shit. Social credit ruining your life. We're gonna be on some Black Mirror shit soon. You said what? New taxpayers that ain't hip. Total control of food. 15-minute cities. Cashless. Own nothing. Yeah. CBDC, which I think HD might be right. Maybe they try to roll that shit out under Trump. But even with that, like I think allegedly they're saying you won't be able to keep more than 10 grand or some shit like that. Like what? You can't do what? Oh, nothing to be happy. Oh, they don't want you to be financially independent. They need you dependent on the government. They need you dependent on the government resources. They don't need you figuring out how to fucking circumvent the government and do shit for yourself. Mm-mm. You know, like Sonny Johnson say, I'm probably gonna fuck this shit up. You gotta see the sign I'm looking at right now. Cove base disinfecting guns for sale. Oh Lord of mercy. Like Sonny Johnson, like I said, like Sonny Johnson used to, she say, you can't be the party of the poor if there is no poor. You can't be the party of the poor if there are no poors. You know what the Democrats call themselves? We're the party of the working man. We're the party of the poor. You can't be the party of the poor if there are no poor. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. I feel like I'm paying for gas every 2 seconds, y'all. It's neo-feudalism, Fabian and capitalism, and also Fabian socialism. I lost my. It's all neo-feudalism dressed up in different Hegelian political movements. So far, seeing them, yeah. Once you see the connections and stuff, boy, you can't unsee them. You know. Yeah, Justine. Justine always tell her how it is. Miss Wild Wolf. She always speak her mind all the time. She a day one. They aren't the party of the working man every time the longshoremen pipe up, bruh. Speaking of that, I think like the renegotiation shit is coming up now. I think the renegotiation is what, next week? Is it next week? I think it's like the 15th or some shit, right? I'm almost certain of that. That's gonna be interesting to see how that shit play out. I don't know what y'all think. Y'all think they're gonna come to a resolution? And then they're gonna come to a resolution. I think they're gonna come to a agreement, a compromise. See, the longshoremen want they don't want automation. They don't want automation to hit. Right? I get it, but that shit is inevitable. That shit is inevitable. Like you can't stop the automation from happening. That shit is coming, especially when you got other ports already, either like in like some kind of hybridized situation um, when it comes to that, right? You got some ports that are fully automated. They got motherfuckers sitting in offices with fucking Atari controllers running cranes and stuff like that. Then you got some places where it's just, they got some of that and then they got some actual workers doing shit. I mean, but what is going to happen is you're going to have to learn a new skill, which, I hate to say it, it's almost like that learn the code shit. Unfortunately, when it comes to that, you're going to have to learn a new skill. I don't know if the operators union or whatever is going to start having to train people on how to do certain things. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe, better get a fucking PlayStation and start learning how to play some video games. That's how that shit going to be. But at the same time, it's inevitable. You're gonna have to evolve with the job. You're gonna have to evolve with the technology. You know, that's why I like having a skilled trade as far as like IT and stuff like that, because I'll always have a job, no matter what happens. Guess what? Somebody got to fix them fucking cranes, and somebody got to fix the fucking computers and all that other shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. You know what I mean? Somebody got to fix all that shit. Farming is all computers now too. Damn. Operation Warp Speed on AI. I like that shit. That's a good saying. Operation Warp Speed on AI. I mean, I agree. I agree, and I think they get the long. I know the longshoremen here, boy, they get broke off, bro. Like, and I think it's like with all of their overtime, with all the overtime and shit they get, longshoremen be getting that money. They get that money. I be seeing the shit they drive. I'm like, damn. Like they get bread. Like they out here, they support their families and other families they probably got on the side and some more shit. Like they getting it. But the thing about it is, right, I think if I'm not mistaken, the way the contract was like, I think the state or whoever it is, whoever the fuck they negotiating with, right? They pretty much gave them what they wanted, but they couldn't guarantee them that automation wasn't going to come to the port. They couldn't guarantee that shit. Like, no, I can't say that. I can't guarantee that automation is not coming here. Like, we got to keep up with these other ports. We got to keep up with, like, we got to keep up with everybody else. If we can't keep up, if I don't know, the port in Georgia, right? Let's just say that the port in Georgia, they got some automation going on, and they can unload a fucking ship in half the time that it would take, man personnel to do it. Guess what? Like Ports of America and all of them and the other companies, guess where they going? They gonna start diverting all their shit to Georgia. You know what I mean? So now you really screwed because now it's like, oh, we ain't got the work to even keep you working up here in Baltimore because New York, they partly automated and they unloading ships in half the time it take us to do it. The turnaround time is a lot, it's a lot faster than our turnaround time. How can you argue with that? You know what I mean? So I get it. Right? You know, the union leaders are looking out for their people, but at the same time, it's like, yo, that shit coming whether you like that shit or not, bro. So now y'all gotta evolve. You have to evolve with the job, yo. You got video killed the radio star, right? That's kind of essentially what it is. Video killed the radio star. You know, Netflix killed Blockbuster. You gotta evolve with the times, yo. Yeah, yep. California got the automated ports online already. You right, and they fucking moving and shaking. You know what I mean? And I'm not advocating for automation, right? I'm just being realistic. I'm just being realistic, like, you know what I mean? And it shouldn't really be hard, in my opinion, to kind of evolve with the times because you got a lot of the boomers and you got a lot of people that's retiring now. A lot of the old heads is getting out, right? A lot of the old heads is getting out, you know, and they retire and they got their boats and their Corvettes and shit. They ready to get the fuck out of here. I know one dude, he leaving, he going to go live in fucking not Taiwan. Where the fuck is he going? Um, he going to one of them fucking uh, Vietnam. I forgot where the fuck he going to live at. He said it's dumbass cheap to go live. He gone. He out of here. He said I'm gonna go buy. I got a friend. It's I forgot what it is, but he got a friend that can buy him a property there. Cause you gotta be a citizen there to buy property. He got a little friend that can buy him some property, and he going over that bitch to live. And I'm like, oh, have fun. I hear that shit, but like these young kids coming in, these young cats that's coming in, right? You got to start training them on how to run a forklift remotely. Not a forklift remotely, but yeah, forklift remotely or run these cranes remotely. You got to start training them now. You got to start putting money into it because it's going to happen, right? Because it's not like right now. I mean, maybe it is in some cases, but AI ain't running them cranes. Maybe it is, maybe it ain't. But a lot of those places is motherfuckers on the joysticks fucking running them cranes. You got to teach them that shit. You know what I mean? That's just me. What up? What's up, bro? Change if you want success. A lot of business success would be small and mid-sized to high. Yeah, yeah, I agree, yo. I completely agree. I completely agree. 1000%. You know. Another thing with the longshoremen is these motherfuckers be spending money like it's going out of style. A lot of them, they get all of this money, right? They make all this money. They get all this overtime. They make like 200 grand a year just off of overtime, overtime in their salary. And not they don't put shit up. Like they got money that's going away for their pension, but they not putting money away for like a fucking rainy day, right? They're not putting money away for a rainy day, right? Like, because if they, like, honestly, if they start striking again, I'm curious to know how many longshoremen, right? I know they got like a strike fund, but that strike fund ain't going to take care of a lot of the bills that they got, right? Right? They got money in their strike fund, but it's not going to take care of a lot of the bills that these longshoremen got. I wonder how long some of them going to be able to hold out. If this strike go for like a month, which is crazy if it go for a month. If they could make it a month on the strike, they might get whatever the fuck they want. But let's just say go for 2 3 weeks, 2 weeks. A lot of them gonna feel that pain. A lot of them gonna feel that hurt. They gonna feel it in their pockets. They wait a minute, we gotta come to something. Yo, I ain't got no money. It's like, but you make this much money, but your bills is fucking out of control, or you spending so much money you ain't saving it. It's a lot of them out here that live these crazy lives, and if they gonna strike, a lot of them ain't gonna be able to fucking wait it out. Like when the bridge collapsed here. Matter of fact, when the bridge collapsed, right? You should have heard them, boy. You should have heard them boys when that bridge collapsed. That bridge collapsed, and they and it wasn't a lot. Like the union, I was listening to them. He's like, "Oh, we gonna make sure you guys get at least your 40 hours a week," and they was fucking hemming and hawing over to just only getting 40 hours a week. I'm listening because I don't know at the time. I'm like, oh, damn, that's you get 40 hours. Damn, that's what's up. You gonna get a lot of them motherfuckers was like, we got bills. I'm like, nigga, I'm like, oh, I got you now. Y'all living off overtime. What y'all doing? Y'all living off OT. I got you. Y'all living beyond y'all not living like y'all don't like. See me like if it was me, I'd be like, all right, I'm getting all this overtime, but I need to live off this 40 hour a week paycheck, and I need to stack this overtime money, just in case some shit happen. They ain't living like that. You know what I mean? They count that overtime money as a part of their fucking salary. And I think that's what a lot of people go wrong. I think that's where they go wrong. But when that bridge collapsed, and he was like, "Yeah, we'll make sure you guys get at least 40 hours." He was like, I got bills, man. We gotta." I'm like, damn, that shit was crazy. It was an eye opener to me. It's like, why the fuck y'all niggas living like that? Like, you shouldn't be living. You shouldn't be counting your overtime as base income. Your overtime should be counted in your base income. That shit should be residual money or extra money that you put aside, right? Let's just say you do get a shit overtime. 20% of your overtime probably should go to a rainy day fucking savings account just in case you get laid off or some shit like a fucking bridge collapse happens or a strike happens. But a lot of people don't think like that. They just think the money's gonna be plentiful and they just gonna keep living. And a lot of them have a rude awakening saying, don't kind of agreement. I hope that the union is realistic in what they expect as far as like automation is concerned. Yeah, y'all done. There you go. So I hope they don't strike. Exactly, party. Yeah, exactly, party. That's exactly. They got poor money management, and a lot of them have terrible money management. And you know, I hear from a lot of people on the port, a lot of supervisors, like, yo, these motherfuckers don't know how to save money. He's spending this shit like it's going out of style. He's spending it like it's just, it's always going to be that way. You know what I mean? Even like with the picket lines, right? They get paid to be on them picket lines, but the ones that get paid to be on those picket lines are the ones that's vested, the ones that's been here for a while, the ones that got a little seniority with them. You know what I mean? The young cats don't get that. Sometimes the young cats just sit home. If it's slow, of course, ones that got more time and they're going to get preferential treatment. You know what I mean? I mean, I told you, I was like, man, fuck that. They go on strike for too long, yo. Holla at me. I can run a forklift out this bitch. I know how to drive all this fucking heavy equipment. I'll move some shit around. I'll fucking move some cars and shit. Holla at me. Like fucking holla at your boy. I shit. We'll work something out. We'll work something out. I'll bill you. I'll come in as a contractual employee. I'll go work the fucking cruises. Goddamn it. There's a bag everywhere, guys. Just remember that. There is a bag everywhere. Burgers would be more about the unions if the unions weren't garbage. I wouldn't say all unions are garbage. That's one thing I will say. I wouldn't say all unions are garbage. I wouldn't say all unions are garbage. But there's some fucking garbage unions out there. There are some fucking garbage unions out there. I will tell you that much. Like I had a good experience in the electrical union and stuff like that. My cousin, he told me about the carpenters union. He had a great experience in the carpenters union. My little cousin, my other little cousin, he in the HVAC union. You know what I mean? He he said that he you know nothing but great things about the HVAC union. He said, you know what I mean? But like unions like I was where was I at? I was at the casino. Matter of fact, that's where I was at the casino. When I was at the casino, they had a union. And that union was fucking terrible. They didn't advocate for shit for them people. I'm like, they just taking y'all money every fucking paycheck. They ain't even doing shit to 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 represent you. That shit is wild. You know what I mean? There's a lot of them out there that's terrible. You know what I mean? What's up, Jay? And Jay Pylon in the building. I hear you, Justine, flipping your money. Yeah, but you gotta have a plan when you come to flipping that. Yeah, I think there's a little bit of both, right? I think there's a little bit of both. You can flip your money, but you still, even when you flipping that money, you still gotta save that money, right? If you flipping the money and you spending it just as fast as you flipping it, then when the fall does hit, you're gonna be destitute. You know what I mean? Because whatever that hustle is might go by the wayside. So even when you flipping it, you still gotta stay. You still gotta put that shit away. You know what I mean? You still gotta put that shit away somewhere. You still gotta stash away something for a rainy day. Fucking put it out in the backyard or some shit like that. You know what I mean? I don't know. If you're going to flip it, right? Put that shit in like some precious metals, like buy gold or whatever, bullets. Buy shit that motherfuckers gonna need if civilization was to fall, if the dollar was to collapse. You know, something that's universal. What's the more stronger currency in the world? Let me take some of this money that I flipped and let me buy some of this currency. You know what I mean? There's different ways to do it, but you still gotta squirrel away you still gotta squirrel away a nut to make sure that you good. You know, I'm trying to talk my father into that shit. Like he flip like my father, he flipping bread, but you gotta put some of that shit like aside. I'm not saying he don't save. My dad is, you know, he's a great businessman, but I'm like, Dad, let's just say somebody make a run on the bank. What you gonna do? Like, you need to take some of that money you got in the bank, like Justine saying, and you need to put it somewhere else. Put it into something else. Put it into gold bonds or something. I don't know. Put it into something that's not gonna fuck you when shit goes south. But you still gotta save it. You still gotta squirrel it away. You know what I mean? That's the question, right? Store your treasures where and how. That's true. You know? You gotta do like John Wick. Fucking cement that shit into your basement floor. Cement that shit into your basement floor. Oh my gosh. That's what you might have to do. You know what I mean? Cement that shit into your basement floor. It's just yeah, I don't know. I think this I think they go on strike next. I'm not saying they going on strike. I think the negotiations are happening. And I think that if they don't come to some kind of like agreement by, I forgot the date. It's like, I think it's next week. Then we're gonna see some shit. Your keister. You got a prison wallet elbow. That's what I'm saying, Justine. Like, that's why I said you find a stronger currency, and if if it's the euro, buy some euros. or you get gold, something that's universal that costs what it costs no matter where you go. Or it's worth what it worth. It's worth what it's worth no matter where you go. Right? You know what I mean? If you're really savvy, you find out what people need, supply and demand, and you make sure that you got that shit on hand to make sure you can still profit, but you still gotta make sure that you got some kind of rainy day something away, whether it's like a couple bricks of gold or coin. You know what I mean? You gotta have some shit like that. It's just how it is. Because at the end of the day, if civilization was to collapse, guys, it's a war of attrition at that point. Right? How long can you last in that collapse? And what's going to determine how long you last in that collapse is going to be what resources you have to hold you over. You know, you know what I mean? Oh man, oh man, oh man. 2025, boy. Could you imagine if the fucking port shut down again? It's just like all this is it's all great TV. Like I feel like I'm in a movie. Like I really do. I feel like I'm in a movie and I'm one of the main characters in this bitch. And it's because some of this shit is just too it's too good to be real life. It's too outrageous to be real life. I'm serious. I feel like I'm in a big game of Roy. You heard me say that before. I'm in a big game of Roy. I think there's no negotiations if he had both sides of fuck. What did you say? Prolonging the inevitable, the business go out of business. The union's not giving. They're going to bring it back. Mm. None of the U.S. ports are in top 50 because of automation. Damn, damn. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see though. It's going to be interesting to see. It'd be wild, right? So when they went on strike the first time, and I had to come to the port, right? First he's like, "Don't go to the port. Go back to your office at the World Trade Center." I was like, "All right, whatever, cool." But I still had shit to do here at the port. So I'm like, "Fuck that!" Like they're afraid. The only reason they told me to come back to the World Trade Center because they ain't want nothing to happen to me on the port. And I'm like, man, fuck them niggas. I will beat the shit out of somebody. That's my first thought in my head. You know what I mean? I was like, nigga, I will fuck one of these dudes up. They could try it if they want to, but then I was just like, let me listen. But then they gave us like a back way into the port. Like take this road into the port. You know what I mean? But still, they be hostile as fuck. Like they don't want nobody coming in. All right, I'm leaving out, and I'm trying to leave, and they end up like finding the back way in, and they started like picketing right there, and I'm trying to get through, and this dude just standing in front of my car looking like I won't get out and beat his ass. And I get out my car. I'm like, "What's up? You ain't with us?" I said, "Nigga, I'm not in the union. I'm your IT guy." And the other guy seen me. He knew who I was. He was like, "Yo, yo, yo, chill, chill. He IT, yo. He a contractor." And the guy got out the way because me and him was about to rumble. Like, nigga, go ahead, step. Like, I'm getting too old, yo. I don't be for that shit no more, yo. It be nonsensical, yo. Like, yo, move the fuck out the way, yo. I get it. You guys is marching and shit, but I'm not in your union. All right, I got a fucking job to do, and y'all not about to stop me from doing that fucking job. I definitely ain't gonna back down from you. Definitely not gonna back down from you. This shit is crazy, yo. I ran into a Crip longshoreman. I don't know. I don't know. He just was he seemed like an old nigga. Not an old nigga, but like he was like probably in his like late 40s. You know what I mean? But I'm like, nigga, if you want smoke, I'll give you smoke, yo. I ain't got time for that shit. I ain't got time for that shit. You know what I mean? I ain't got time for that. But I don't know. Hopefully they don't go on strike. There's a lot of people here that depend on this money, and I don't want to see them fucking out, down and out. You know what I mean? I hope they come to a resolution, but that automation shit, need to take that shit off the table because that shit is coming no matter what. And it's just the evolution of business, and they gotta accept that shit. It's the evolution of business. They gotta accept that shit. Period. You can't stop. You can't stop that. You can't stop that. You know. They said, a goddamn computer can do my job better than I can damn do it. I was listening to Stank Onya one day. I was driving. I was listening to Stank Onya. And I forgot about that little skit. Nigga sitting in the bar. They say a computer can do my job better than I can damn do it. No, I'm a good guy. I just don't take I'm getting older, right? So like a lot of my patience is wearing thin. Like when I was younger, I had a lot of. I ain't gonna say when I was in my 30s and my late 20s, I had a lot of patience with people because I had to. Because I'm a big guy and I'm fucking dangerous, right? I know I'm dangerous, so I try to keep that shit under control because I don't want to see what happens if you leave me no option. So I try to be, I try to chill. But I'm getting older now, and it's like most people they get their patience as they get older. Like I feel like my patience is wearing thin for a lot of bullshit. Right? I still manage to keep that shit under control, but sometimes, yo, sometimes motherfuckers be trying you, and you just be like, you don't know the world of hurt you would be in if I just didn't give a fuck. You know what I mean? It's the Roger Murtaugh face. They already have automated bartenders and chefs, so it's going to spread rather. People get ready for the night. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, Miss Wild Wolf's my fact checker. Y'all be nice in the chat, Justine and Miss Wild Wolf. Both of you guys are awesome. Let me see. In the long run, importers and outsourcers losing from a strike could be good for the country. It could be. It could be. It could be. But, you know, I don't know, just thinking about people's families and like, if this shit, the thing about it, right? I don't want to say that the union is being greedy, but I feel like what they were offered was more than enough. What they were offered was more than enough. Before they went on strike, what they were offered was more than enough, in my opinion. I'm like, they getting what? I talked about this earlier, but I can't remember what it was. I know that they were going to double, like they were going to double what they were putting in. That they were getting into their. They were going to they were going to like whatever they were putting into their pension. The contract would allow for double, right? So they'll put what they're getting in, and they would match it double. What else was it? Was it a 50 or 60% pay increase in pay or some shit like that? I said that's fucking great. Oh, that's what it was. It was, I think, over a period of, was it 5 years? the pay would increase from, I think the base salary is like around like 75 or 80 or some shit like that. The base salary would have been like in the next 5 years, it would have been like $150,000 to be a longshoreman base salary, and they were going to like double or triple what they were contributing to their 401ks or their pensions. I was like, get what? I'd have been like, deal. We have psychiatrists charging people $400 an hour to never cure anybody. Yeah, if they're bringing in almost all of the goods on the market, it's hard to overestimate the value of their labor. Now, I completely get it, but I'm like, yo, if you get an 80 base, right? If you get an 80 base and then you get an overtime and then you still making like close to 200 grand a year, you're doing very well. But then the new one was like going from 80 grand, but in a span of 5 years, the base pay would be like 150. I'm like, that's fucking great, right? Because I'm like, I think it was on average. I think it was it average, but like it was a 12. It was going to be a 12%. Was it 12? That's what it was. I think on average it was a 12% pay increase every year. And I'm like, damn, I don't even get 3 or 4 every year for like cost of living. They getting 12 for over the period of 5 years. I'm like, damn, must be nice. That's crazy. But it's like being everybody's landlord all at the same time. Yo, that shit crazy. But we'll see what happens. Like I'm not opposed to anybody getting more bread. Like if you can negotiate more bread, get your bread, yo. But you got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, baby. And I hope they know when to fold them. Know when to walk away, and know when to run. Anyway, guys, that's all I got for y'all today. If you're new, hit the like, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification icon. It'll let you know when I got new content coming out. Share the stream. Let people know we live. You catching the replay, leave a comment. Let me know how I'm doing. I can use that constructive criticism. You want to donate to the channel? $ Cannon Hotep on Cash App. Super chats, rumble rants. Always welcome, guys. Anyway, till next time, it's Cannon Hotep saying be blessed, stay strapped, don't miss. And don't worry about tomorrow, guys. Tomorrow got enough problems of his own. Worry about today. Free my nigga Trump, y'all. I'll let y'all.